Hello, everyone. This is Lauren with Primitive Witchery. I thought I'd do a little craft video for you today. Let's make the rowan and juniper protection pinnacles. So you're going to need a small grapevine star, some rusty wire, and we're going to turn the grapevine star into a pinnacle. I like the thicker rusty wire for this, but if you don't have thicker, you can twist it and double it up and put it on there. You have to attach the rusty wire onto the star with pieces of the wire itself and just twist them. Just make sure that it has a good grip. Pinnacles are a protective symbol, so that's our base for this craft because this is going to be a protective item to hang in your home. And if you get around the circle and it overlaps, just twist it all together. It'll make it really good and sturdy. All right, now you want to start threading the juniper and rowan berries. You'll need a needle that has an eye large enough for a beading wire to go through. This will not be an easy task. It usually takes me about 45 minutes to an hour to get the berries on the wire, just because the juniper berries are so ornery. You have to find a juniper berry that the seed is not very big in and will not crumble. Soaking does not help. Soaking the berries does not help. So it'll probably take looking at different berries from different companies to finally find a berry that you can use, or maybe you have juniper berries and you can use them, but be aware that juniper berries do have large seeds. So this alone in itself will be a task, finding a good berry. Juniper berry. The rowan berries aren't too bad. The only thing with the rowan berries is they are quite sticky. And the reason why we're using rowan and juniper berries, I wrote a previous blog about rowan berries, and when I made a rowan berry cross years ago, they were used to ward malevolent spirits and fairies. So juniper berries and rowan berries together are going to be great for hex breaking, warding malevolent spirits, keeping away hungry ghosts, roaming ghosts. So that in combination with the pinnacle, the color red that we're going to put on this, and I also fasten a small chunk of tourmaline on it for warding away nightmares and to turn negative energy into good. All of that together is going to make a very, very powerful craft. Rowan and juniper traditionally were used for warding spirits, and juniper is great for using and cleansing your home. They used to use it to sane. A great book to read about using rowan and juniper together is Icelandic Plant Magic by Albert Bjorn. I love that book. And that was my inspiration for this craft, as well as the rowan and juniper bracelets that I make. After you get the berry wire long enough, you want to weave it in and out of your pinnacle that you made. When I measure the amount of berries that I put on there, I don't fill the whole wire up because you want to spread it around, because you're going to weave the red material in between these, and you're going to tie off your berries. And you see how I have spaces there in between the berries? That's so the red material can be weaved in and out of that. And that way you're not knocking your berries off, because you don't want to knock away your hard work with the berries. But then you're going to take your red strips. They're about 3/4 of an inch wide. Just rip it right off. And you're going to go around the whole thing. When you have some, you should have some left over. If not, you can use a second strip, but you're going to weave in and out around the whole pinnacle. I use a dab of hot glue to secure it in the beginning, and then you just go around. And red is a great color for protection, as well as happiness and success, invincibility, and good fortune. So I'm getting ready to start it here. Just a little dab of hot glue. You're going to press that together, and then you're just going to start going around. And just be careful of your berries. You might knock a couple off, but that's okay. You can fill it in with the red material. And if you... Oh, I skipped ahead, sorry. After you're done wrapping all the way around, see how I've wrapped it all the way around? I just weaved in and out of the berries, and then I took the leftover and made a handle, a hanging piece at the top. And when you're finished doing that, you're going to take some more strips. I make them a little bit thinner. I take the 3/4 inch strips and I rip those in half. And then I cut them in half as well. And you're going to hang them at the bottom, just to hang down. That way you can put a few knots in it, just to set your intention of protection, warding. Knots are great to fasten intention onto an item in your fiber magic. So any knotting, braiding, weaving, and while you're knotting, just think of how this item is going to protect your home and ward away anything that you don't want in your home. It's important to have your intention as you're making something. That way it's woven into the item that you're making. I think it's kind of meditative too, to think about what you're making it for while you're doing it. It makes your item really powerful. And you can put as many of those at the bottom that you want. I like it kind of full, so I put 5 or 6 on there. I like them kind of long. At the end of it, your pinnacle should be around 10 inches long. And if you don't want to make these, I am going to have them available in my store, and also Hex, Old World Witchery in Salem and New Orleans both carry these. There I am setting my intention, knotting it on some more. Also, I think the knots are give it a good aesthetic, primitive look. And there's one last thing after we finish knotting, and that's to attach the tourmaline to the center of the star. Now I have a thinner rusty wire that I attach the tourmaline with. These are just raw tourmaline pieces with a hole drilled in them. And as I said, tourmaline is great for nightmares, trapping spirits, transmuting negative energy to positive energy. Doesn't take a very long piece of wire to attach the tourmaline to the center. And again, while you're doing this, think of your intention while you're attaching that tourmaline to the center of the star. Hide your wire inside so nobody gets poked. Clip off the excess and then just kind of twist it around. And there it is, all finished. Now it can be functional as well as pretty.